Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be doing a brief stock analysis of American Airlines, ticker symbol AAL, and I actually have a post from someone on Facebook who is much more knowledgeable about this stock than me that I'm going to be going over. Before I get into that Facebook post, I just wanted to show really quick that at the beginning of the year, American Airlines was trading at about $29 and now it's at about $10, so hitting at about a third of what it was at the beginning of the year. And this actually isn't even as bad as the cruise stocks, for example, or a couple other of the airline stocks. And also here, which is kind of a worse picture for me personally, is the 5-year chart. And you can see for really the past 2.5 years, they've been on a steady downward trend. Before I get into a bulk of the text down below, I just wanted to kind of cover who this person is that posted this on Facebook. So they start off by saying, I notice a lot of people in this group are hyped over American Airlines. They believe the stock is priced right and will grow, with claims such as that the government will not allow a company like American Airlines to go bankrupt, which is hysterical. This person is a protester of American Airlines. I do not know exactly what that entails, but they are not an advocate for American Airlines whatsoever. And they think there's a really good chance of American Airlines going bankrupt, and we're going to get to a little bit more of that on the following paragraph. To start off, American Airlines is $35 billion in debt, more than the other airlines I've looked at, and this is really the biggest problem for me. I don't know if I'm necessarily as bearish as this person is on this stock, but I do agree that this is a massive, massive problem. And then just that following sentence is that aside from the 737 MAX, they had the highest cancellation rate among the airlines, and really their biggest competitor being Delta for a mid-tier airline. They had a 20% higher cancellation rate. And then just the next 2 points are talking about the customer base and the customer service department. Apparently the customer base is getting more and more unhappy with the service, and customer service department really isn't able to deal with that problem. In my opinion, I don't really know if those points make it very likely that American Airlines is going to go bankrupt, but I would agree that they are more likely to go bankrupt than some of the other airline stocks. Now, after taking a look at a really bearish opinion, I'm going to take a look at a couple of points by an analyst at Morningstar with a couple of bullish points. American's fleet is younger, meaning the planes are newer than a lot of its competitors, and this will require less maintenance and burn less fuel. Fuel is one of the biggest costs for airlines. Fuel is really, really cheap right now, but still it's always been one of the biggest expenses for the major airlines. And then the second point, I actually don't know if I necessarily agree with. It's that American Airlines plan to further segment its cabins with basic and premium economy should drive additional revenue opportunities. And I agree that there are opportunities there, but I don't necessarily agree that customers do like that. JetBlue and Southwest have been really successful by not having that segmented basic and premium economy. And then just the last thing I wanted to show is the revenue and earnings for the last 4 years. Revenue has steadily increased by small amounts, while earnings have stayed really steady. But what's really interesting and worrisome is that their debt is almost as high as their revenue from just 4 years ago, and their earnings are very likely to be negative for the entirety of this year, as well as their revenue being majorly decreased. I fully plan to make at least 3 more videos on some of the other major airline stocks that are being talked about right now, so be sure to subscribe to go and check those out, and thank you so much for watching to the end.